I did not molest Olivia.
Grayson raised his hands. I believe you, Deke. But you have to admit that the evidence was pretty damning.
Damning evidence seems to be the bane of the Beaumont brothers, Nash said dryly. And if anyone knew about damning evidence, it was Nash. He had spent months in jail after being falsely accused of a crime. Olivia hadn't accused Deacon, but she hadn't spoken up for him either. She had just stood on the balcony like a spoiled Juliet and watched as the neighborhood security officers escorted him and his family off the property. Now she wanted to offer him and his brothers some kind of proposition. Well, as far as he was concerned, she'd had her chance to talk. One of you can take her back to town. He pulled on the boxers. I need to head out to the work site. What work site? Nash asked. I thought you couldn't break ground until you reeled in a new investor. Did you find one? Deacon had. Unfortunately, the one investor he had on the line was the one he didn't want to reel in. Francesca Devereaux had made it very clear what she wanted from the deal. And it wasn't a return on her investment. She wanted a cougar cub. A man she could parade around her social events like her frou-frou pet poodle. Deacon had never been pet material. But he wasn't the type of guy to give up, either. The project had taken him years to pull together, and he was convinced the lakeside condos would make money. If he had to prove it by becoming some rich woman's arm candy, then so be it. He pulled open another drawer. Speaking of catching, you need to catch a job, Nash, instead of living here for free. Free? I cook all the meals, and I believe Grandpa willed this house to all of us. Besides, I'm working on an idea that can make us filthy rich. Is that what you've been doing on your laptop? And here I thought you'd been playing games. Nash grinned. Maybe a few. But I'm telling you, big brother, that apps are the wave of the future. And I have this idea for a great app that will work in conjunction with all the new electronic sensors they have out. With just a tap of your phone, you can dim your lights, turn on music, and start up your gas logs. Dim your lights, turn on music, and start a fire? Are we talking business or seduction, Nash? Nash laughed. Why can't we talk both? And I don't need an app to seduce women, Deke. It was the truth. Nash didn't need anything to seduce women. There was something in his DNA that made women do things they would never do with another man. And when will this app be ready to make money? Nash got to his feet. Unfortunately, I find myself in the same boat as you're in. In order to start making money, I'll need an investor. Great. Maybe Francesca wouldn't mind 3 pet poodles. Grayson, on the other hand, wasn't thinking about needing money or making it. As if he were sleepwalking, he opened the bedroom door and moved out into the hallway. I need to paint her, now, while the afternoon light is still good. Nash laughed. I don't blame you, baby brother. Despite the bug bites, she looked pretty hot in that wet t-shirt. Of course, I'm interested in doing something other than painting her. Now, while the light is good. He glanced at Deacon. Or would that be considered incestuous? She's not our damned cousin, Deacon snapped just as the door to the bathroom opened and Olivia's head peeked out. She looked much cleaner, almost squeaky clean with her wet hair and steam-flushed skin. Her eyes were as green as he remembered them, and still seemed to cover half her face. Do you think I could get something to wear until my clothes dry? She asked. A robe? Or a t-shirt, perhaps? Her gaze drifted over to Deacon and then sizzled down his bare chest to his boxers. I was right. Cotton boxer briefs mid-cut. She tipped her head to the side and the door cracked open a little more, revealing a naked shoulder. Nice fit in the butt, although they're a little too snug in the crotch area. Before those innocent eyes could make his crotch area even snugger, Deacon grabbed a pair of jeans from the drawer and held them in front of himself. Grayson, find Olivia something to wear. While Grayson went to do his bidding, her gaze finally lifted to Deacon's eyes. You're right. I'm not your flesh and blood cousin. She looked at Nash, who now stood next to Deacon. But, alas, I still can't have sex with you, Nash. I'm in a relationship. Grayson returned with a stack of clothes, and she gave him a soft